Okay, diggers. Just got one of the nicer spills I've gotten. Certainly the best one I've gotten this year. Just right here in this little area right here, I just found 3/4, a dime, a penny, and a nickel. So 75, 85, 90, 91 cents. Yeah, not bad for the first find of the day. Well, actually I found a penny over here. But alright, almost got my dollar already. Okay, diggers, as you can see, I'm at the ball field at the middle high school where I found had a really good day last year. I found a silver ring with a diamond, found a $5 bill, and a bunch of clad. And well, I was digging over here by the door, which is behind us right here. What you're looking at is actually behind us. I'm not going to show it, but I was digging over there, and I think they're right at the end of the year here. The schools are, the teachers, I think, are finishing up, doing whatever it is they're doing, final reports and whatnot. And I think a guy that came out was a teacher, and he came over to me and he said, "Do you want to be a hero around here?" I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well," he goes, "there was a little girl who's out here in the winter. They're middle school kids, and they were all out here making snowmen and stuff, and she lost her ring." And he said it was a gold with a ruby ring. And he said, "You'd really be a hero if you were to happen to find that." And I said, "Well, that's a low signal," because he said it was gold. You know, gold is a low signal in the AT Pro. I said, "I've been mostly looking for high signals, but if I find it, you know, we'll let you know." And so he told me about approximately where they were standing or whatnot, from where to where, and it was like over 120 yards. I would have to guess 150 yards. 150 yards, but as soon as he left, I said a little prayer. I said, "Lord, if it's your will to help me find that ring for that little girl, would you please help me find it?" And so I turned right around and started walking back the other direction from where I was headed. Got across the main sidewalk that goes into the school, got into the other side of the grass, and I didn't go 10 feet, and I got a signal that I normally wouldn't dig. It was like a 70, 69, 68, and, well, look what popped out. It's an awesome, beautiful ring. The only thing is this is 925 sterling silver. Now, he said it was gold with a ruby, so I'm not sure if this is it or not, but I kind of think that it might be. So I'm going to get back a hold of them. It's kind of heavy too. It's very heavy, actually. It was only maybe an inch down or whatever, but it's a gorgeous ring, as you can see. And inside I can see it 925 CO, it says. I can read it with the naked eye. But just the structure on the side of it, if you can see, kind of makes me think that it might be old. Now, he said that it was her grandmother that gave it to her, and she has since passed away. So that's the significance, if this is the ring. So, but today is Friday. I'm going to have to wait till Monday to get a hold of these people and find out if this is it. But what a God story. God just sent me right to this ring. I don't know if this is it, but what are the odds of finding something with something that looks like a ruby, and, you know, it kind of looks old, has an older design. It's a nice ring, and it looks like it would fit a younger girl, as you can see the size compared to my finger. There you have it. Isn't that a gorgeous ring? Alright, so I just wanted to let you know that's what's been going on. I basically just been finding clad today. A couple took $2 and maybe $2 to $3 in clad. That's about it, other than this. But you know, God sends us out there for a certain reason, and this certainly could be it. This could be something that could lead these people to God. We just never know. You know, my heart's desire is everybody to be saved. So isn't that awesome? Led me right to it. I mean, I walked straight across, got a signal. I never would have dug it before. I would have just walked right over it, thinking, you know, zinc penny, whatever. And I just wouldn't dig it, but I thought, man, that could be it. So I got down there, and boy, there it was. Pulled it out with the latch key, about an inch down. when I first saw it, it looked like a pull tab. I only saw this, and it looked like a pull tab. I thought, oh man, a pull tab, oh well. And then I said, well, that's a little too thick for a pull tab, you know, looking at it, and then pulled it up, and then I saw that thing that looks like a ruby, and I thought, boy, that could be it. What an incredible story, what an incredible day. It's beautiful out here, and I'm just thankful for God's blessing. Alright, God bless you all, and thank you for sharing this story with me, and we'll see what happens, and I'll update this. I decided to go ahead and show you where I was digging. Now, if you see that orange barrel right there, just beyond it, that tree, that first tree, and to the left of it about 20 yards. So you see maybe some dirt over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's like a dirt area. That's right about where I was. And this guy, he was parked all the way over in that corner right there. And I wish I would have seen what kind of, and all I know is it was a black vehicle or a darker vehicle, but I don't know what kind of vehicle, so it's going to be a little bit tough to track him down. But anyway, he was walking over here towards his vehicle, and then out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of him, and thought, well, maybe he's going to ask me to leave or whatever. But he came over and asked me about it being a hero. And so you know the rest of the story. Well, anyway, from there I walked across this pavement right here that you see that goes up to the door, between those two light poles right there, and I got out there about 10 feet and got the signal, and that's where it was, right there. And he told me that it could be anywhere in this whole area from there, well, over there, I don't know if you can see it, but that's a door over there, all the way over to those doors over there and anywhere in there. And he said, you know how kids are, you know, they were playing in the snow, building snowmen and stuff, and he said that's when she lost it. So I think I've got the ring. And anyway, thanks for sharing it with me, and we'll see what happens on Monday. Okay, diggers and friends, here's a wrap up of my hunt today. I started out at a local park, and actually did pretty good there. This is all clad. There's no wheat leaf pennies, no silver. But I started out, one of my first finds today was one of the biggest spills I've ever gotten, coin spill. I got 3 quarters and a dime and a nickel and a penny all in one spot. So a little over 90, I think it was 91 cents. And then throughout the rest of the day, it was pretty much, you know, a dime here, a penny there type thing. You know, I did get 3 nickels all together, and that's pretty good using my AT Pro. When I use the Minelab, the E-Track, I do a lot better on the nickels, but the AT Pro doesn't differentiate them as well as the E-Track, so 3 nickels is pretty good for my AT Pro. And it was basically just a regular hunt. I did get this, it's probably off of a code or whatever. This rang up really high, rang up in like the 90s. And yeah, it's just one of those buttons that you find. I find a lot of those, and I hang on to them. Maybe I'll do a button video one of these times. But that all changed. Everything changed right near the end of my hunt. I was digging near the middle school, which I went to second, and I saw a fellow come out of the school, and he looked like he might be a teacher, and it looked like he was going towards his car, and so I just kept doing what I was doing, and out of the corner of my eye, looked back and saw him coming towards me, and he said, "Do you want to be a hero?" And I thought, what do you mean by that? And he said, well, this past winter there was a little girl that was building snowmen with all the other kids outside in the winter, this past winter, and she lost a ring. And the more significant part about that is that it was given to her by her grandmother, who has since passed away. And so very sentimental to her. And well, I told him, I said, you know, something like, because he told me it was gold, and like with a ruby, and it was gold. And I said, well, that's probably more of a low tone. And I said, I've been just digging all high tones. You know, I've been digging dimes and quarters, and you know, your copper pennies bring up high. And you know, that's basically what I was looking for. And he said, well, if you do happen to come across it, you know, he said you could become a hero. And I thought, well, you know, I'm not looking to become a hero or anything. I just, you know, just doing what I'm doing here, having some fun. And so he walked away and left, and I wish I had paid more attention to what car he got in, or at least more what he looked like. But, you know, I turned around and he was gone. And so as soon as he left, I said a little prayer. Now, I know all of you aren't maybe that religious, but just bear with me. I just said a little prayer. I just said, Lord, it would be a neat thing if I could find that ring for that little girl, if it's in your will. It would be nice to find it and give it back to her. And with that, I was going one direction, and I decided I'm going to turn around and go back where I came from, which is, you know, a little bit unusual, but I started heading back where I'd come from in my hunt, which took me across a wide sidewalk where the doors are of this building, and you saw that earlier in the video. I showed the sidewalk, and I didn't go but maybe 10 feet, and the first signal that I got across that sidewalk was this. The only thing is this is a sterling silver ring and not a gold ring, but that looks like a ruby to me. And to me, I believe that the Lord answered that prayer. I went right to it. I mean, from the time he walked away, the time I spoke that little prayer, I don't think it was more than 5 minutes, if 5 minutes at all. And I had this ring in my hand. And boy, it is a beautiful ring. I mean, if you look at it, that's one of the most spectacular rings. You know, for a non-diamond ring, it's gorgeous, and it has this little bit of a rise to it in the where the gem mounting is, you know, which kind of tells me it's sort of an older type setting. And so I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure yet, I don't know, you know, but he did say ruby, gold with a ruby, and maybe she told him wrong, you know, I'm thinking it was gold, but it's silver, it's 925 marked, and ruby. So if this is the ring, you know, I'm gonna have to wait for the weekend. This is Friday, and I'm gonna have to wait until Monday to go over to the school and try and find this girl and see if she can describe this ring. And if she can describe this ring, then, you know, then the final chapter of this story will be told, and I'll definitely do an update to let everybody know what happens here in the end. But I had an awesome day, and God, I believe, answered the prayer for this little girl and for her grandmother that has since passed away. And she's going to get this ring back. If this is the ring, and I'm like 99% sure it is, then it's going to be great. And you know, I'm not looking for a reward or any monetary gain at all from this. I was telling someone today, I said the greatest thing for me will be to see the smile on her face and just see her get her sentimental ring back from her grandmother who's passed away. So, an awesome God story I thought you all would enjoy, and thanks for letting me share it with you. Happy hunting, everybody. Keep going out there swinging, because things like this do happen, and not a bad way to get ring number 1 this year, huh? Isn't it a beauty? I mean, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous ring. Alright, happy hunting, everybody. God bless and stay safe.